Now, the state's third witness, Senzo Meyiwa's close friend, Tumelo Madlala, is on the stand from today. It's understood he was in the house on the night of the murder. The late Orlando Pirates and Bafana captain was shot dead at the height of his career back in 2014. 5 men are on trial for the murder. Let's go to eNCA reporter Silindelo Masikane, who has been following these developments for us. She joins us now live. Slee, let's not talk about the fact that we've been banned for the day. Let's start off with what you know has been said possibly by Tumelo Madlala as he starts with his evidence in chiefs today.
All right, so one of the most anticipated witnesses is finally on the witness stand. That is Tumelo Madlala, and of course the courtroom is filled with the Meyiwa family and family of the accused, who's actually here with me right now. That is Silindelo Masikane. She is the sister of accused number 4. Sisi, ngiyabonga isikhathi sakho. Ngicela ungitshele ukuthi njengomndeni nifikile namhlanje ngoba siyezwa ukuthi khona ozositshela ukuthi kwenzakaleni endlini. Yini oyizwile so far ecourt?
So far there's nothing issue, because when it was time for Tumelo to say what transpired that evening, he then asked for a 5-minute break, which led to the lunch. So he hasn't answered anything as yet about what happened in the house.
Lisizwa kanjani sisi sesisikhathe eside manje nobhuti wakho? Your brother is accused number 4 in this matter. You've always maintained as the family his innocence in this aspect. Niyibona kanjani elityala seliqhubeka phambili manje? Utumelo umuntu oqala ozofakaza la namhlanje ukuthi kwakwenzekeleni endlini ngaleso sikhathi.
Right now we've got our hopes on Tumelo. We're hoping that he's going to tell the whole truth as to what happened that evening in the house. So far it's quite draining and confusing, and it's very, very bad for the families of all the 5 accused, as this has taken till this far without anyone coming to court. So now that there's one from the house who's in court, we can only hope for the best.
As a family, I know that there are quite a number of other issues. We know that one of the accused is also applying for bail in this instance next week, Thursday. You as the family have maintained the innocence of your brother in this matter. Who else do you believe should be hauled before this court to answer those questions? You say that you believe that those that were inside the house, at least one of them is here now, but there were others that were inside the house at the time. What exactly, as a family, do you want to happen?
All we need is for everyone who was in that house to come to court and answer the questions. Everyone who was in the house, no one should be left out. Even the lady who came to clean the scene must be in court. Yes.
Mina ngicela ukuletha ubaba John Clark. I understand you're the social worker in terms of assisting the families to come to terms with what is happening. Just how difficult has it been for the families of the accused as well as the Meyiwa family?
Well, I've been close to Senzo Meyiwa, and what is really distressing is that the family is now being divided by the controversies that have raged. And as a social worker, I always try and make ways, see if we can make sort of lemonade out of a lemon, and to bring a healing and to bring a convergence. The incident today, I was here to basically ensure justice was seen to be done, that I could witness it. It was very distressing that the media journalists were told to leave with their cameras. I tried to film on my cell phone on a YouTube live stream, and I want to apologize to anybody who saw it and was suddenly abruptly stopped, because the court felt that this was also not permitted. So I guess the lesson from that is we must all stay in our lanes. We must respect the roles that need to be played on all sides, and hopefully we will turn this whole thing around to be a threshold event that begins to see the repair and the restoration of our criminal justice system. Because, you know, justice delayed is justice denied, but it's been delayed for so long, it's compounding of injustice, and I'm really concerned that we actually get onto a new page.
Thank you so much, Mr. Clark. All right, Maseko, of course, just some context in terms of who's in court today. Like I've said earlier on, we have the Meyiwa family who we spoke to before court proceedings began, and we are now speaking to at least one of the family members of the accused, that is Silindelo Masikane, as well as a social worker who's been working quite closely, we understand, with the Meyiwa's brother Sifiso as well as the families of the accused. We know that Senzo Meyiwa maintains that these men who are on trial are innocent and that in fact they're being framed. And we're going to resume with court proceedings at 1:45, and we will be bringing those visuals live. Unfortunately, there was some concern or confusion around whether we could still keep our cameras on while we as the journalists are banned outside, but that has been resolved, and once court proceedings resume at 1:45, those visuals will be brought live. And as you've heard, that Tumelo Madlala is the one who actually asked for a break, and he was already starting to tell the court exactly what happened inside and who was in there and who was seated where. In fact, he started off by saying that Meyiwa had asked him to come to Johannesburg, and that of course they've been friends for quite some time, and they spoke a lot about soccer as well as other things. But we are now getting into the details of exactly what happened when they all converged at Nomzamo Street at Gladys Khumalo's home, that is Kelly Khumalo's mother. And of course, when we resume at lunch, we're expecting to get more details around that.
All right, quite an interesting day there, Slee. And of course, it'll be interesting to see if the state is finally able to show South Africans that they can prove that these 5 men accused of murdering Senzo Meyiwa were actually on the crime scene on that fateful day. Silindelo Masikane live for us in Pretoria. As you heard from her, we will have live visuals for you at around 1:45. And of course, Slee will be back in court live for us from tomorrow. So the ban was only for today. Now,